Hey y'all, it's Michael, and today I'm here to do a non-spoilery review of the Walking Dead comic series, Compendiums 1, 2, 3. That's issues 1 through 144 by Robert Kirkman, Tony Moore, and Charlie Adler. There's some other contributors to the comic series. Those are the main three. This comic series actually turned into a show, in case you haven't seen or anything. But I have talked to my coworkers because I don't personally watch the TV show. I've only seen like the first season and that was it. Come to find out that the TV show is really different from the comic book series. I will be posting a video later on about spoilery sections for comic book series because, oh my god, there are a lot of great moments from the comic book series in general. If you leave a comment in here, try to keep it non-spoilery, but the next video that I'll make will be all about the spoilers, and trust me, people die. Yes! I know, it's called The Walking Dead and people die, it's amazing. So this comic series follows a group of bandits, essentially, a group of people. The main character is Rick Grimes. All of a sudden, wakes up and finds that he is in a zombie apocalyptic world, essentially. And that's the gist of the story. I think what I really enjoy about this comic book series is that it is not about zombies. In a comic book series, there's still a lot of questions left. There's some answers, that's for sure, but there's still some questions about the zombie outbreak, essentially. This series, and why I really enjoy it, is that it really focuses on the dynamics of what happens when people in severe situations clash, because to me that's the theme that I got from this and I loved it. Every time they got into a new, even more dire than the previous situation, it's like it got better. It just kept getting better and better and better. And let me tell you, so this comic book has several arcs. The first arc is like basically them walking, and then the next one is like with the jail, next is with the governor, and then there's Alexandria, and then there's Negan. I don't think they're ever gonna end the series, to be honest. Some arcs are better than others. To me, there was a part in the middle, essentially, it almost got into a lull where I was like, okay, we can keep it moving. This comic series also establishes relationship with characters, especially with the main characters. So you really see how Rick in the beginning completely, by the end of the Compendium 3, by the end of issue 144, he is a changed person. Like, you really see this character change. I don't know, I don't want to explain how he changes, but because I don't know if it's kind of spoilery, but he does change as a character. His morals change, essentially, and once your morality skewers just a bit, you're becoming a different person. Rick obviously is the main protagonist, but there are other protagonists that I enjoyed personally. I do like his son. Oh, his son's storyline is so good. The best moments of this comic book series in general, in my opinion, is definitely the shocking twist. And there are a lot. And it does build up to these twists, but sometimes they come out of nowhere. And I feel like this comic book series is also one of those things where I love it, but I can also really critique it because it has a lot of flaws. It follows a formula that to me it feels like it hinges on, where it's building up, then twist, then oh, the afterfall of the twist, and then building up in the twist, and then the afterfall of the twist. So it goes into this pattern of like a constant roller coaster, and you can really feel like when something big is about to happen, because the way the panels are broken up, on the right-hand page of the last frame, there's always like a cutoff, and then the next page would be like a huge revelation or some sort of twist. It does follow that formula, and you can kind of feel it, but when you get to the twist, it's just so shocking that, to me, like, all of that just goes out the window, and I don't know why. Like, in my mind, as a reader, I'm critiquing it, but as a person that just loves OMG moments, I was just like, no! And there are moments here that genuinely broke my heart. Because there is a death in here that's completely different from the TV show that it shook me. Like, I was wowed by how they decided to carry that plot line. It was, I think it was really gutsy and ballsy because it really affects a character and really changes that character. It's so good. Really enjoying where the storyline is going right now. As you can tell, I'm loving all of these characters and whatnot. Now, the downside, there are some characters that are underdeveloped. They're mainly there literally just to die. We get introduced to them, we know a little bit about their backstory, and then they just die because they get eaten by a zombie or something happens to them. And there are a lot of characters like that. Like, to be honest, I forgot some of their names. The art style on here, the one that I don't think it's in colored. I think it's only in black and white. But the art style does change because in the beginning, especially when you're reading volume 1, chapter 1, it has a style to it, like, oh, okay. But I noticed as I was progressing, because since I've read this, like, straight, like, I read the Compendiums 1, 2, 3, like straight. Middle, essentially, Compendium 2, I was like, wow, the tones are darker, there's more shadows, the shading is a little bit darker. I mean, since this timeline is so long, they are growing up, so you do see characters change. Now, this comic book does something that I love, which I won't spoil, but I love it when long series do this, and I was so happy that they did this because I always love it. I appreciate it more. I just really enjoy it. If you are going to this, just be aware that it is really violent. Like, I'm not kidding, it is really violent. I would recommend this comic series. I really enjoyed it. It's just one of those, it's almost like a popcorn filled comic book series where I'm really excited, and I know it follows a formula and it does get predictable at times, but the moments where it really catches you off guard, those are the most memorable moments because those are the ones that I really remember, where things happen and I was just really surprised at and genuinely shocked. Yes, 5 out of 5 for the whole series. I love it. I'm definitely gonna go to my local comic book store and get the current issue because reading the Compendiums, whoo, those books are long. Good God, they are incredibly long. And this is one of those comic book series where I devoted so much time already for it. I'm just gonna keep going, and I'm really enjoying the ride, especially the story arc that they have right now. I think it's really cool. So yes, if you read the comic book series, let me know down below, or if you watched the TV show, let me know what you think about it. At this point, I'm literally devoted to this story because I've read so much of it. I feel like there's no turning back at this point. So yes, until then, I'll see you guys till later. Bye! I kind of want to do like an ultimate Walking Dead review. Like, I've played season 1 of the game, so I want to play the other season, but then I also want to read, there's apparently a book about the governor, which, oh my gosh, that would be amazing because I really want to see his backstory, and I heard it was actually really good, so I want to read those books. I could also watch the TV show, and then I heard Fear the Walking Dead wasn't as great, but I kind of want to see what that's about, and then like combine all of the forms of media, like of storytelling of The Walking Dead, and like do a huge review. That would be a daunting task and that would take literally forever, especially watching the TV shows, but I think that would be an amazing thing. If you're interested in that, let me know because I would definitely devote time into it.